Good evening to everybody. I'm just here to let you know my story of how uh, Sapthami US turned out to be Sapthami Gowda and then now Leela of Kantara. So that's, yeah, it's just my story. So to begin with, uh, I did my schooling from Baldwin Girls High School in Bangalore. So during my schooling, my you probably noticed I'm very restless. I get restless very often. I have tons of energy that comes. And so my mom had to channelize it somewhere. And first she said, okay, let's put her into Bharatanatyam. Didn't happen, didn't work. I mean, it needs a lot of patience, something that I'm learning. I don't have though. And then she said, okay, leave it. Then she said, put her into classical music. That didn't happen either. And then I started going to in Jayanagar in Bangalore, PMSC swimming pool. So there I started going for summer classes because learning swimming is like a life skill. So, and my dad, he retired as a superintendent of police. So my dad said, okay, you need life skills, you have to develop those. So put her into swimming. And then first time I went, summer camp happened and Shantraj sir was the coach. He noticed and he came to my mom and said, you should put her into competitive training. And my mom said, no sir, I mean, like a lot of things to do with relatives and everything. They said, no, what swimming, studies is the only thing and everything. Next year, summer camp again, Shantraj sir comes and he says, this year you have to put her into competitive training. I said, so my mom and my dad discussed and say, let's see what, I mean, if the coach is telling that she has some talent, let's see what's going to happen. So probably in the 4th grade or something, they put me to competitive training. And that's when my swimming journey started. And my first competition, my state meet that I participated in, a competition that I first participated was in a state competition that happened to be in Mangalore. So Mangalore, and that was the first time I got on a flight also. So I came to Mangalore and my first state meet, my mom sent me, I went, they said, take your mark on the block. They said, go, went, touched the wall. They said, first place. Nobody knows at home. Nobody knows what that means. So, and then the main coach then was John Christopher, my coach after that. So he was drinking coffee outside because he didn't know who I was. And then all the kids ran to him and said, Sir, Sapthami finished first. He came running and told my mom, so if you finish first and second in the state meet, you get selected for nationals. And then he called up my mom and said, so in the evening, there's 100 meters freestyle. So let's see what she does. I finished first again. So that's where my swimming journey started. My career as a national swimmer started. So thank you. My routine used to be, wake up in the morning at 4:30, go to the ground that was right next to the swimming pool. So 5:30, we had to run 4 kilometers in the morning, finish that, get into the pool, swim till 7:45, get ready at the swimming pool, go to school, finish all my school activities and everything, come back from school, not home, directly again, go to the swimming pool at 4:30, till 7:30 I used to train, finish from 7:38, come back home, eat my dinner, whatever homework, little homework that the teachers used to give, they were very nice. My teachers were very, very, very nice. So do the little homework and sleep. And that was my routine up until like 9th standard. But just because I was in sports or anything, because I was a national swimmer, my mom never, ever, was lenient with me. She said, like any other typical parents, it's been like that. And then I did my first PU, second PU. My dad's always been a big support for me. My mom also, she's been out and out supportive. I did first PU, second PU I got 99 in biology and my dad said she's a doctor. I said, no way, I'm not doing doctor, for sure. So I was very scared that if I write my CET, in biology, then for sure my dad's going to make me a doctor. So CET morning biology exam, I slept. So I slept, I woke up, I went, I gave my math exam, I came back, and my dad didn't know that. So when you get your CET ranking, my bio ranking is not there, and he asks why. My mom said she didn't even write the exam. Said, yeah, okay. My dad said, leave it, fine. Uh, Even when it came to engineering, first I got, because I was a national swimmer, through sports quota, I had gotten triple E. So first year is it's all the common subjects. I did triple E the common subjects was fine. And then second year started, I said triple E is not for me. I'm a very I have to look at something and then I can learn. I passed my civil engineering with distinction, and I've never had stage fear ever. So I can go and talk to people. I love talking to people. I feel like, I love the stage. So since when I was a kid, and so when there was always a passion towards acting, but nobody in my family, nobody has ever been into acting. And even when it comes to swimming also, people were very, always like, they put their kids into swimming. What is this? What are they going to do later? And we get tanned a lot because we're swimming morning, evening. Nobody bothered, and my mom and dad, nobody bothered. So that came through, and then so and then we started. I went into nationals, and suddenly the whole family was very proud. Sure, she's a national swimmer. Amazing. I said, and then I studied my engineering free of cost because I was a national swimmer. The government gave me my money back. Yeah, so suddenly all the relatives are very proud. I said, okay, fine, cool. I had an inclination towards acting. I was very passionate about it. What happened? I wrote my GRE because I would have either, I, after GRE, I would have also probably gone and tried my hand at the UPSC exams. But I wrote my GRE, and I had to apply. And at that point of time, my first movie director, Suri sir, he came to my dad and he said, sir, we've written a character. And why that came along was because my dad was a cop, and Suri sir did a lot of movies related to the dark side, like the underworld and the criminals. So they wanted to show, even though there is cinematic experiences, but a reality of how a cop does an investigation. So he used to come to my dad for that, and he'd seen me since I was young. So he said, she's a very, outgoing girl, very bold. She's full of life, and there's this character that we've written for her. So would you be interested in letting your daughter act? My dad said, sir, my dad came and asked me, he said, there's an opportunity, what do you want to do? I said, I want to do it. My dad said, go do it. So, and yeah, my mom said, no doing. What is this both of you are doing? My mom's like, you always support her into doing stuff like this and everything. My mom was very apprehensive about it. She didn't like it one bit. Again, comes from a lot of outside talk and all that. And Popcorn Monkey Tiger happened, and there are there are like two other leads in the movie, and I was I probably come in the second half of the movie, and I had an amazing response to the character, and my first introduction dialogue became viral everywhere. Okay. Yeah. So it was viral everywhere. And right after that, the movie released, March 2020, lockdown happens. And that's the year I entered the industry. So it was very difficult for my parents, for me also. I mean, there's a lot of question about when is this lockdown going to, what is the world going to be next? And then there was talks also saying there are only OTT is going to run and all that. And in between, there was an opportunity for me to take up, and because as soon as the lockdown releases and all the restriction relaxes, I had an opportunity because the Karnataka tourism wanted to promote their properties. So they said, you can be the face of it, and we will, you can go around Karnataka and we will shoot. So there was one in Chamundeshwari Betta in Mysore. So, so there was one video that we shot. That video, I had put it on my Instagram. And Mr. Rishabh Shetty was looking for... he was looking for his lead heroine for Kantara, and This is, I mean, sir was saying, Captain Naveen sir, he was saying, miracle, miracles do happen, trust them. This was the biggest one in my life. So, I mean, I should thank Meta creators for your algorithm also for this, because Rishabh sir never, he used to not follow me back then. But when you go, I mean, most of the guys and girls here, Instagram, you go on your, trying to stalk somebody or something, and you click on the search button, and a number of profiles pop up. So like this, he's just gone, and this entire team is searching. He wanted his lead person to have certain features, has to look certain way, and this video popped up on his feed, and that's how I landed Kantara. And he called me, we did look tests, and we did a lot of auditions, and then I went through workshops, because we use Mangalore Kannada in Kantara. So I had to go through workshops, and the rest, like, of whatever happened with Kantara, it's a very overwhelming feeling. I still don't know how, what, when. September 30th, the movie releases, and October 2nd, it's just wildfire. People everywhere, all over India, are talking about the movie. And that's the reason I'm here today. It is all because of Kantara. It is phenomenal. And I was very lucky, and I'm really proud that, and during the shooting of the movie, and later one day, I never had the guts to go and ask Rishabh sir, sir, what do you think? Are you, as from the director's point of view, am I doing a good job? Because I was scared. You never want to go ask, you get your mark sheet and then you're okay. But till you get your mark sheet, you're very, very, it's like, what I'm going to pass? Am I going to fail? So exactly that. And then one day he called me, and my mom, and he said, he spoke to my mom. He didn't tell me. He spoke to my mom, and he said, Auntie, the one thing that'll take her a very long way is her, want to achieve something, and her willingness to work hard. And I'm telling you that when we made the movie, when we look back at it, it was a very honest effort by the entire team to make a very honest and good movie. And I think that shows on the screen too. It was a very honestly made movie, and people everywhere today talk about it, love it. And yeah, I'm just very grateful. And moving on with with Kantara came the social media presence. So for you, when we were young kids and all that, whatever your mom or your dad says is it, right? Now social media has become all our moms and dads. Everything. Whatever social media says, all of you tend to believe it. And from my perspective, I would like to say, please, just, don't do that. Us, celebrities, actors or actresses, like ma'am was already saying, she's a photographer, she's been one for 26 years. There's a lot of work that goes on to those photos, that a lot of Photoshop, there's a lot of light, there's an entourage of people who's doing hair, makeup, costume and everything. And they're being paid for that. None of you are. You don't have to look that way. Only if you choose that profession. There are certain things that we have to question. Who are the real celebrities? Who are the people that are the real heroes in our life? So use social media. It's the fastest way you can communicate. You can sit somewhere and you can communicate people across. We saw weddings happen on Zoom call. Guy is here, girl is there. Wedding happened, done and dusted during the lockdown, right? So the people are using social media for, I don't know, for a number of reasons, but we've also seen a lot of cons of it. So please be very socially responsible when you're using social media. And also, like, people tend to just sit behind a camera and whatever, your phones, your mobile, your digital screens, and you tend to comment. You comment whatever and however, whichever way you feel like. You have no idea how much it's going to hurt the other person or remain in their hearts. It is going to make a mark whether you want it or not. So please be kind. Firstly, I would say be kind to yourself so that you can be kind to others. Yeah, and yeah, just it is very easy to love people. It's not very difficult to smile and love people. Please do that and love yourself so that, like I said, love others. And thank you for listening to me and for being a wonderful audience. Thanks a lot. Yeah, bye bye.